Sure. Here's a 1,600-word YouTube article on the T-90 tank, 2025 edition, written in a flowing, engaging narrative without headings. In the world of modern armored warfare, the T-90 tank continues to be a powerful symbol of Russian military engineering and global battlefield adaptability. The year is 2025, and the T-90 has evolved significantly from its earlier iterations, solidifying its place as one of the most recognized and widely deployed main battle tanks in service today. With continuous upgrades, new production models, and operational refinements, the T-90 remains not just a relic of Cold War legacy, but a living, breathing force on the modern battlefield. Originally introduced in the early 1990s, the T-90 was born out of a need to modernize the Soviet T-72 platform, blending proven firepower with contemporary electronics and enhanced survivability. Over the decades, it has gone through several major updates, culminating in the T-90M variant, the most advanced version fielded by Russia as of 2025. The T-90M brings together a modern fire control system, a new turret design, improved armor, and network-centric capabilities that finally push it into the realm of 21st century warfare. What makes the T-90 so enduring? First and foremost, it's the balance it strikes between cost, performance, and adaptability. Unlike Western tanks such as the M1 Abrams or the Leopard 2, which are heavier and more expensive to produce and maintain, the T-90 has always prioritized compactness and mobility without sacrificing too much in firepower or protection. Its 125mm smoothbore gun remains a formidable weapon, capable of firing armor-piercing rounds, high-explosive shells, and even guided missiles like the 9M119 Reflex, giving it a flexible punch that can deal with a variety of threats. In the 2025 edition of the T-90 story, we see a tank that's been tried and tested in a range of conflicts, from Syria to Ukraine, and those combat experiences have directly influenced its current design philosophy. The T-90M, for instance, now features a more modular armor system, reactive and passive layers combined with the Relict-era explosive reactive armor, offering improved protection against modern kinetic energy penetrators and tandem warheads. It also incorporates a more advanced fire control system with thermal imaging and a panoramic commander's sight, improving situational awareness and engagement capability in all conditions. Under the hood, the T-90M is powered by a more powerful V92S2F diesel engine, delivering up to 1,130 horsepower. This gives it a power-to-weight ratio that allows for decent mobility even in challenging terrains, whether it's snow-covered plains, dense forests, or urban rubble. One of the tank's signature strengths has always been its relatively light weight, at just under 50 tons for the M variant, which enhances its deployability by rail, road, and even amphibious bridges, something not easily achievable with heavier Western MBTs. While the T-90M is clearly Russia's pride, it's worth noting that the T-90 family has also seen widespread international success. India, for example, has long been one of the largest operators of the T-90, having purchased and license-produced thousands under the name Bhishma. The Indian variant has gone through its own domestic upgrades, making it suited to the harsh conditions of the Thar Desert and the mountainous terrain near the line of actual control. Other nations including Algeria, Vietnam, and Iraq have also adopted the T-90, appreciating its reliability and lower logistical footprint compared to other main battle tanks. Despite being an older platform at its core, the T-90's modernization path has been quite aggressive. The Russian military doctrine does not solely rely on high-tech, high-cost solutions like the T-14 Armata, which, as of 2025, still sees limited production and deployment. Instead, the T-90M is intended to be the backbone of armored units, supported by lighter vehicles like the BMP-3 and self-propelled artillery systems. This approach allows for massed armored operations with units that are easier to maintain and cheaper to replace, a key aspect in prolonged or large-scale conflicts. Combat in Ukraine has served as a brutal proving ground for Russian armored tactics,
And while the T-90 has both suffered losses and dealt devastating blows, it has emerged as one of the more survivable tanks in Russia's arsenal.
One of the key lessons learned and applied to the T-90M is the increased emphasis on crew survivability. Unlike earlier Soviet tanks that were often criticized for their high chance of catastrophic ammunition cook-off, the new turret design in the T-90M separates ammunition storage from the crew compartment, reducing the risk of internal explosions.
Another significant improvement is the digital battlefield integration.
The T-90M is equipped with advanced communications and data sharing capabilities, allowing it to operate as part of a networked combat environment. This includes sharing targeting data with drones, infantry units, and command centers in real time. The inclusion of drone reconnaissance support, including small quadcopters launched directly from armored units, has become standard operating procedure, dramatically improving situational awareness and engagement accuracy. In terms of optics and electronics, the 2025 edition of the T-90M includes updated thermal sights, laser rangefinders, and ballistic computers. The hunter-killer capability, where the commander can independently designate targets while the gunner engages another, is now on par with many Western designs. Additionally, defensive systems such as smoke grenade discharges and the SHTORA-1 electro-optical jamming system offer protection against laser-guided munitions, although their effectiveness has been debated in recent years and is likely to be upgraded further in future variants.
The production of the T-90 continues at the Uralvagonzavod plant, which remains the heart of Russian tank manufacturing. Due to international sanctions and supply chain challenges, some of the imported electronics used in earlier models have been substituted with domestic alternatives. While this has sparked concerns about performance trade-offs, Russian engineers have managed to keep the tank's core combat systems competitive by focusing on simplicity, ease of repair, and battlefield resilience. Training and crew proficiency also play a major role in the T-90's effectiveness. Russian crews receive specialized instruction in urban combat scenarios, night fighting, and combined arms tactics.
Emphasis is placed on rapid deployment and decentralized decision-making, which allows tank commanders to adapt quickly to shifting combat conditions. In exercises held throughout 2024 and early 2025, T-90 units have been observed operating in conjunction with UAV swarms, electronic warfare units, and fast-moving mechanized infantry, painting a picture of a dynamic, multi-domain battlefield.
As for the future, Russia is reportedly working on a further upgraded variant tentatively dubbed the T-90MS2, featuring improved AI-assisted targeting, active protection systems such as the Afghanit APS, originally developed for the T-14, and next-generation composite armor. Whether these improvements will be realized at scale remains to be seen, but what's clear is that the T-90 platform is not being phased out anytime soon. Its balance of affordability, versatility, and proven combat performance ensures its relevance well into the 2030s. In conclusion, the T-90 in its 2025 form represents the culmination of decades of iterative design, battlefield learning, and industrial pragmatism. It may not be the most advanced tank in terms of raw technology, nor the heaviest hitter in terms of armor or gun caliber, but it is arguably one of the most well-rounded and combat-proven main battle tanks in the world. As the world's military landscape continues to shift and evolve, so too will the T-90, adaptable, enduring, and still very much a force to be reckoned with on any battlefield. For those tracking the pulse of modern armored warfare,